Hey, this is Trevor Sternad from the Black Dahlia Murder here, and you're listening to the Everblack podcast.
Hey, human skull, this is Odorous from Guam.
Going to the Fear Factory.
This is George Corshunter Fisher.
This is Gas from Double Drop.
This is Wade from Our Last Enemy.
Mike Nick from Suicidal Tendencies.
Hey, this is Wednesday 13.
This is Bruce Evans.
This is Rex from Kill Devil Hill.
This is Gary Lee from Sepultura. You're listening to Everblack Podcast.
Before we go into this episode of the Everblack Podcast, we just need to give a shout out to our show supporters, the occult clothing brand Electric Witch, who have amazing apparel from shirts to hoodies to hats to beanies, dresses and more. Check out their full range at electricwitch.com.au and put in the code Everblack for 20% off your order. Also, don't forget to subscribe, rate and review the Everblack Podcast on Spotify and iTunes podcast streams, and see all our video interviews on the Everblack YouTube channel. You can also read all our articles and reviews at everblack.com.au. All right, on with the show. Okay. DJ, thanks for joining us on the show, brother. It's good to finally actually see you in person instead of just on the phone. How's everything going over there in Canada?
Our igloos and our dog sleds are so well rested, and life is good and frigid and cold in Canada, where you don't need a refrigerator. Just stick your shit outside in a box.
Unlike Australia, where everything's always on fire.
Yeah, or kills you.
Yeah. Well,
I have a question.
Sure.
Because this is what it is. I ask you questions. So I was told, there's a rumor over here in Canada, okay? Because my wife and I, before this whole insane, just idiotic stuff has gone down, we were planning to come to Australia. And in one of the travel things we were looking up, they're warning us that there's dudes that like charge you money to check if your hotel room has any deadly animals or whatever. Is this true?
I haven't heard that, no. But that, man, I would not put it past anybody here.
That's amazing.
But seriously, I mean, originally we're a bunch of convicts that got shipped here and just took over the place. So, yeah, I think it's still. I'm not a convict. But,
convicted sexy person.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of things here that will kill you, but and take your money, but it's not. Yeah.
Gotta watch out for those spiders.
That's true. You can always call me and be like, "Is this legit? Why is this thing biting my face?" And I'll be like, "Don't worry about it."
Yeah. Is he wearing a hat? Yes. Yeah. Oh, sorry, bro.
That's. Well, dude, the new Without Mercy album, now, is it called Seismic?
Seismic, yeah.
Seismic, cool, I said it right. That comes out on November 20, and it's brutal, and it kicks off hard too, man. I love how this thing just smashes you straight in the face. And it's gotten a lot of love online into its lead up. How are you guys feeling about it? Because I feel pretty good about it. It's awesome.
Well, I think it's bittersweet right now because like the album took 3 years. Like we rewrote it so many times, And we would do this thing where we would write the songs and we'd go off and we'd tour and be like, no, it didn't hit well. It didn't hit. We'd come back and we'd shatter it and rewrite. You're in a band, you know how that is.
Yeah.
And now it's coming out, and we're like, at least for me, speaking for me, like I'm like, is it actually done though? Like, did I screw something up? And it's so crazy to see the love and the reviews and the accolades and the hate. There's lots of hate too, which is fun. It's fun, trolls got to be fed, bro. But I mean, it's here. It's coming live in 7 days where I'm at, and I'm just so pumped, dude.
Oh, dude, that's awesome. That's awesome. You're gonna have to excuse my eye line because I got a new camera and I haven't gotten the right angle for it yet, so it kind of feels like I'm looking over that way. So if I'm like that, it's because I haven't got my camera sorted out. But of course, I mean, when did you start writing it after Mosquito? Is that how you pronounce that one too? I can't pronounce any. See, that's the thing about Australians. We can't pronounce shit. Everything's just. So
it's fair, but everything sounds better when you try. Like that's the thing.
Sounds like so how far after did the EP did you start writing this one?
Well, honestly, I think the EP dropped and we were already knee deep in writing the next one. It's kind of what we're doing now. Like this one's coming out. We've already started writing new material because we're basically, what else are we going to do over here? But what happens is we tend to get super inspired by shit that got left out. Like when we did Moichido, we had released that one, but we were already writing some other material and annoyed that like we couldn't add stuff because of budget or whatever. And so we started writing the material on this one, and then the material was ready to record. And we actually, like, if you follow our Instagram and stuff, we actually announced pre-production on Seismic like 75 times. Like it's like somebody called us out on it. They're like, yeah, again? Like, what are you doing? So that was the thing. But basically, it's been 3 years in the making, basically, and refining and perfecting to the point where I could say, I don't think we could have done anything better. We hired the best people. We went as broke as possible, and here it is. Like that's all we could do. There's horror stories of literally everything involved with the record. 5 minutes before I came on this call with you, I just got more earth-shattering, terrible news.
Oh no, you're right.
Which is awesome. Which is awesome. Basically, I just found out now that the printing place that is handling the printing of our CDs has been like, no, we can't do it. I literally found that out like 5 minutes ago. I was like, well, thanks. They're like, yeah, well, it is what it is. We deleted the file. Best of luck. So...
Well, how many beers you drinking there, bro?
Yeah, all of them.
All of the beers.
It's so absurd.
So what's so? I mean, well, the files are out there, so they didn't delete the masters, did they?
No. It's just like we've been going back and forth for 2.5 weeks on the artwork, saying it was misaligned by 1 millimeter. It's like I sent you the Photoshop file. You could just like freaking whatever. That's customer service in 2020, I guess.
Man. Well, I mean, of course, you'll work it out. I know you will.
Yeah.
You're a smart cook.
Yeah, who needs sleep? It's cool.
Yeah, I know. I haven't slept in 20 years. So
What's the problem when you have so many side hoes?
No, I just got babies. Or kids.
Well, yeah. And gardening. That's what I meant by hose. I meant gardening implements.
You haven't seen my lawn. If I could spin that around, show you the way that you'd be like, what do you do with your life?
That sounded so wrong, though. You haven't seen my lawn. No, I haven't. Yeah. And no, I don't want to.
You want to see my lawn, mate? There you go. I have to say the videos for Uprooted and Disinfect the Soul are awesome as well. Uprooted looks like it was filmed in Endor. How cool is that?
It's pretty dope. That's our backyard. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, we my wife had friends who had property in the city like 20 minutes away, so we went to their backyard.
That's so good.
Yeah, they were pretty happy. Neighbors, not so much. PA speakers, 16-hour film day. They had a bit much around 1 a.m., but it was still fun.
Did they see? I can't imagine anyone actually complaining because you guys are so nice over there. Every Canadian seems to be like they'd be like, oh, it's a little bit annoying.
So
We're here. Someone would smack you and they'd come over and smash a bottle over your head.
So true story. There's a scene in the video where we had shot Alex is like digging in dirt and stuff like that, and then he screams and he's covered in blood and shirtless, holding this like actual thing that I went to my buddy's combat store and was like, I need a machete, but it can't just be like a normal machete. That would look lame in the video. And he's like, well, I have this thing. I'm like, who thought to make that? But okay. So we're filming that scene, and the neighbors had now come over to complain because the noise was loud. We played loud. And as they come to talk to us, we're filming this thing, and Alex is like, screaming into the night in the blood. And you just see them decide, never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind. It was great. But yeah, you're right. Shortly after, like the second the director yells cut, we're like, oh, is that okay? I think that felt pretty good. Anybody else hungry? I'm kind of hungry.
And they're like,
it was so great. It was so great.
Oh man, that's amazing. And of course, so you got a couple of legends on the album as well. You got Jeff Loomis and Chris Broderick. That is incredible, dude. I'm big fans of those dudes. How'd you hook them up?
Well, each one's a different story. So like Loomis, for example, is just a byproduct of what happens if you stalk someone long enough. That's just, you know, when I cuddle you in the shower, I just want you to accept it. I don't want any of this how'd you get in my house business. Loomis has been a friend for a while, and he's the opportunity came over, schedules actually worked, and we had the spot. I just mentioned in passing, I was like, yo, hey, you down? And he was like, yeah, I'll take a look. And he opens the album on Thunderbird. He does the main lead in that one, and it's just utterly ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And what a sweetheart of a dude, man. What a freaking cool human being. He's so awesome in every which way. And then Broderick's been a friend longer. He's like a mentor to me. I ask him industry questions all the time and guitar questions all the time. And I was like, yo, like you on this record would be awesome for me because you've been so cool to me for so long. And his solo is the one that I think nobody's expecting. I think you're expecting just this crazy, like, I'm Chris Broderick, which is actually, if you don't know, that's how solos are made. He just yells in a microphone, I'm Chris Broderick, and then that kind of like appears. But he took me on a journey, man. And I'll never forget, like, I never told the guys in the band that I got them on the record. I never told them.
What?
Cool. They all done digitally, and then they send it to the engineer mixing it, right? So we're sitting at the band space listening to the masters because their email, we got Dave Otero to do it. He does cattle decapitation and stuff. We sit and listen to the first cuts of the masters, see if we have anything different or whatever. And Broderick's solo comes up, and you could see everybody in the room just kind of sat back and like close their eyes. It takes you somewhere.
Yeah.
He's like, he wrote something, man. It is dope. And added these melodies, these harmonies to it. You left the room humming the solo, and it was really cool. And then Loomis's solo is just like in case you forgot, it's Jeff Loomis, you know, like still here, bitches, you know, it's unreal. So yeah, that was a huge thing for like a guitar nerd like me. It's a huge thing.
The album itself, like it's just that little spice on top, man. Like,
yeah,
it's such a good album. And you guys should be absolutely proud of that. So to have that on it as well, it's a real winner.
Well, thanks, dude. It's been so much work, man, to get to this point.
No.
It's unreal. I think people like you're in a band, like I said, so you know how like even just to put a single out is insane now.
Yes.
And everybody's a critic, and everybody could do it better than you. You know, it's like that age-old joke: how many guitarists does it take to change a light bulb? That's like 37. Like one to change it and 36 to cross their arms and say they could do it better.
That's true.
I could change it cleaner.
That's it. There's always a critic, but there's plenty of support, as I said before, you know, and it was recorded in different studios. Is that right?
Yeah. So how we strictly for budget, because like this is expensive over here. So we ended up doing drums. I think in 2018 we did the drums. And we called an engineer. His name's Sheldon. We use him for everything because he's just beast mode personified. And Sheldon can make a tin can sound amazing. So we said, look, we don't have a lot of money. What can we do? And his advice was we should spend the bulk of our budget on the drums. We'll need a bigger space. We'll need more mics. We'll need all this. And then when it came time to do guitars, like 4 months later when we could afford it, we went to a smaller studio, so we weren't spending money for the size of the studio. And then vocals was done in a smaller one, and then we outsourced to Dave Ortero to mix and master it. And that's basically how we did it. So we did it in like a rotating kind of span. And it saved us a lot of money long term, but the patience game was awful. Awful.
Yeah, I could imagine you just climbing up the walls, just waiting for it to. That's all right. Is that a cop car at the back?
Oh yeah, welcome to Canada. So it's weird. They tape the sirens to Moose. And yeah, there you go.
Oh, okay. So that yeah. So you hear this boom, 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 boom down the road.
100%. And then they apologize. Excuse me. Sorry. Pardon me. It's okay. Thanks.
For a picture of a moose or is it what do you call more? Is it meese? Moose?
Meese? No, I think it's plural is moose or my ex-wife. I don't know. It's one of the two. Which is funny because I don't have an ex-wife. That's why it's funny. That's why it's funny.
They're big motherfuckers, aren't they? They're huge.
Well, depends if you let them eat. Oh, moose. Sorry. Yeah. Our publicist is going to murder me for that.
I
one.
love it.
He's
I
going
love
to
it.
murder me.
Good radio.
Oh, my God. This is great. Okay, yeah. Canadian humor, everyone. Canadian humor.
A couple of tracks. What was it? Moose, meese, beers. What were we talking? Oh, yeah. And the photo, the band photo in the water. Yeah. Where was that done? Because that kind of looked like if you drank that water, that you'd, yeah.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, it's Canadian water too. But wow,
it's all made of maple syrup.
That photo is what happens when you call a pro, and we called Shimon, who's like, he's the best there is, man, for photos, and he's actually done all of our band photos. And I called him up and said, "Hey, we're in album promo mode now. We're getting all the shit together, getting the artwork all together. I need a photo, and I can't do another photo of us." Of a band just standing by a trash can with graffiti on it or something. I can't do it, man. And I work with Shimon a lot. We all have, and he's like, I got you. And he's like, meet me at my studio. So we did all the studio headshots because the label wanted them. Yeah. We did all the studio shots and stuff. And then he's like, I got an idea, jump in the car. So we jump in the car and we go out to like the Pacific Ocean. and we're like, oh, this is cool. It's starting to get nighttime, so it's dark. And he just looks at us like, okay, get in. We're like, me, I'm the idiot. I'm like, okay. I just went in for no reason. But the real hero of that, I got to say, the real hero of that is that shot is, everybody thinks it's Photoshopped, but it's not. We're legit in the water.
That's incredible.
And Shimon's in the water too. His lens is like right there against the edge of the water. But the real hero is my wife because we got in there. It's hella cold. We're all freezing. And Shimon goes, I never considered the light. Shit. And he had these light booms. But...
Oh, no.
So my wife's like, I got this. And she comes in fully clothed, like up to her waist. And she's holding the light boom thing to get the lighting thing. And then... hundreds of people were at the beach for the day or whatever, and they're just all going by going like, what the hell? And I'm yelling, stay in school, kids. Like, otherwise this is what you have to, and they're all taking photos. I'm like, it's the best highlight of my life.
That's amazing.
It was a great, but it turned out great.
Photo. Yeah, it's incredible. I love that photo because it's different from the usual. They'll be you cross your arms, you uncross them, you put yours in your pocket. You do
exactly.
You do this.
You do. You stand to the side and look off in the direction as if you don't care about the show.
That's it. And there's always the less attractive one. You just shove them off
at the duff
in the corner. That's me. I'm always the one. They're like, you're the singer guy, right? They're like, yeah. Ooh, might have to get you shuffled that way.
Yeah, exactly. Let's focus on the guitarist. For me, I'm a ginger, so they're all like, you're awfully pale. I'm like, yeah, well, it's what it is.
We'll fix it in Photoshop. Yeah. That's funny. Well, of course, I mean, this year, as you know, has been an absolute shit show. And man, it's just been crazy. Did it affect you guys much over there in terms of rehearsals and shows and running the Music Academy and stuff like that?
I mean, it did and it didn't. It's a weird thing. Canada, I think did pretty good for how they dealt with it. I mean, I'm no expert. I don't know how the hell you're supposed to deal with this thing. But they, I think they did it all right, that it hit us in semi-waves. And with our initial shutdown and whatnot, the Music Academy was able to switch online. The band was already taking a little bit of a break because at that point we had just killed ourselves with getting all the preps done to submit to labels. And we were coming on the backs of like 100 rejections and some of the more harsh rejections. So we were all kind of like, I'm going to step away for a bit and lick my wounds. But for the most part, aside from just playing live, no, we're doing all right and still get together every week, still rehearse every week, still talk every week. And yeah, I mean, for the most part, it's pretty good.
That's awesome, man. Because it's been different everywhere. Like I've spoken to a whole bunch of different people, and some people have been like, "Oh, we're fine." You know, yeah. I'm off in the middle of of nowhere, but you know, it's hit harder than others. Here where I am, it hasn't been too bad. They just shut the borders, told everyone to fuck off, and then yeah,
as Australia does.
Yeah. And but get this, well, they're just starting to increase capacities for venues and stuff slightly now, but we were playing shows throughout the year to reduced capacity. Just over the last month, our premier, Anastasia, she was like, you know what? We're going to have a big football game, 30,000 people. And then we're all playing shows to like 50, 70 people. And we're like, what? You can have 30,000 people in a big, you know, stadium, not in a small room.
Yeah.
Go figure. But,
yeah, I mean, same over here. I mean, people are arguing about like kids can go to school, but they can't go to karate class. So
it's like, I know, man. It's been just a crazy fucking year, man. But I got to say, like, music wise, there's been a lot of really good releases and creativity has been really, really strong from a lot of musicians. So I think moving forward, you know, like it's going to be really, really good.
I think so too. Like it forced, I mean, in life, I've always kind of believed you need either like inspiration or desperation. So like, what else are you going to do? You're going to sit around and bitch, or are you going to start writing that new record? If you're a musician, you kind of have to like write, like you feel it, you need to do stuff. I used it to get some of my home gear fixed and set up. And I was like, oh yeah, I bought this interface a year and a half ago that's still in the box. It's amazing what it forces you to do. And I think a lot of people's like work-life balance got kind of like reintegrated again, which is nice to see. Yeah, like the Music Academy that I started, we just shifted online. We kept 87% of business.
That's good, man.
I'm just, thanks, whoever. Like, I don't, knock on wood, man. It's been crazy.
That is incredible, dude. Like, I'm really happy that, you know, you're a hardworking guy, man. Jokes aside, we've been joking and stuff, but you're a hardworking dude. I'm glad that everything's still, you know, staying afloat and going well for you over there. I
appreciate it, man. I got to work hard. I got to come visit you and annoy the shit out of your family.
Oh, man.
I got to.
It's going to be awesome. Well, I usually have a beer, but, you know, I've got to work today. Yeah. So.
I don't know if I ever told you this, but I want to tell you this now so that it's on record and it's documented. You were like the second or third interview I ever did.
No way.
I'm pretty sure it was way back when we had done like the self-titled release, I think, like 2009 or something.
Going back a long time.
So when we came around this time, like I'm sure you're gonna ask me about it, but like we got signed to Nuclear Blast and shit, and well, really it's Bloodblast Distribution, but Nuclear Blast Associated, and when it was coming time to do the press and stuff, I called our publicist and said, "Get Neville now."
Oh, thanks, man.
Because I remember we'd done some, and you could tell the other interviews that I was doing and stuff, they were like tolerating the fact that we were there. because we're nobodies. Like we're absolutely nobodies. And I remember yours. You were like, you genuinely had listened to the record. You actually gave a shit about the record. You had questions about songs that weren't singles about the record. And then I felt like we hit it off right away. And I was like, this is so much fun. And then you did the Mochido one, and then I was like, no, this time, 1,000,000%, it has to happen, or I'm just not doing a press tour. Screw it.
I appreciate that, man. And you're welcome anytime. You know what? I'm stoked that we're actually doing it face to face now, that technology has jumped in the last year. Because we were doing it on a phone, and it just, I feel like the next step is for you to be down here with a beer before a show, and we'll do it like in person. That would be. I'm
so stoked, and we'll both play the same show.
That would be incredible. So, in saying that, what are you doing next year?
I'm going to Australia, apparently.
Absolutely.
But yeah, we've been trying, because you guys have some festivals back then, and there was talk of us doing like a route. Like there was some Japanese festivals.
Yeah.
Because my whole thing was, I speak Japanese. We have a Japanese album. We should probably be in the Japanese market. Just, it's a no-brainer. But that was a failed attempt with our team at the time. But yeah, because we were going to come to Japan, jump down to Australia. Not do New Zealand because apparently you guys have a thing. So I was gonna be like, nah.
No. We're okay. New Zealand, but it's funny because a lot of the New Zealanders come over here. Oh. One of our best Australian bands is actually from New Zealand. You heard of She Had?
No.
You need to check out She Had. She Had, Killjoy is like one of the best albums ever written.
Write this down right now.
Yeah, man. It's like 25 years old, this album, but they are phenomenal.
Okay.
And they're not even from here. They just jumped over the water. Well, I don't know if they can do that. Maybe just tripled over the puddle in between, and they moved here. So they're kind of an Australian band now. But man,
maybe they grabbed a ring and a wizard took them on a journey, second breakfast kind of thing.
Yeah, I think that's what that. Yeah. Exactly. That's what happened. We don't talk about the hobbits. I had a guy actually think that Hobbiton was here in Australia once. I was like, yeah, no, we aren't the same country.
I have a challenge for you and all your listeners. Actually, if you would like the quintessential example of Canadian humor, there's a show I need you to find, and sadly I don't know how it makes its way to you guys. It might be an internet find or something.
Yep.
But look up a show called Corner Gas. Okay, they've recently started doing the animated series. Please do not do that. Please just find the actual show, and you're welcome. That is quintessential Canadian humor, 1,000,000%.
Corner Gas. I feel like we're swapping.
It just you would watch that and be like, wow, and I'm like, yeah, and like Canadians laugh our asses off at it because it's amazing. But like I've shown some American friends, so like I don't get. It's a gas station. I don't get it.
Really? Okay, I got to check this out.
What
do you guys think about? I've never asked a Canadian. What do you guys think about the South Park with the hey guy, the head? What do you guys think about the?
It's so amazing. Like it's so, and somebody explain to me why the heads are that way.
Yeah,
I don't actually. Do you know? I don't remember.
No, you're Canadian.
There was.
Tell me.
There was a freaking there was actually like a reason they did that.
Really?
But I think it's like freaking hilarious. Like the whole hey buddy guy. It's like it's so perfect. Everything is, and there's that episode where they went on like a journey or something, and they're like going through Canada, and they're like, "Oh, welcome to Newfoundland." There, I'm like, "Oh, it's perfect. That's absolutely 100% what it's like." I'm greatly impressed by that show. That was
never but I just want a whole show.
I like the subtle thing that nobody figured out. Ike was Canadian, even though his head was different.
Oh yeah,
that's. And then there's the infamous like over here. Nobody shuts up about the Tom Cruise won't come out of the closet one. Like that's that's grandmaster level writing. You guys deserve an Emmy now.
I still haven't watched the pandemic special yet. Everyone's telling me I gotta watch that.
Me neither. But I'm gonna hold it up to Imagination Land because that's perfection.
Yep. Yeah.
Mad Bear Pig.
Yeah. Oh, I said that to someone the other day, and they were like, had a flashback seizure. They were like, "Oh, Man Bear Pig." Yeah. See? Yeah. I know. Never ends.
I love it. I love it.
Even down here in the arse end of the world, we get humor. So
there you go.
Yeah. Well, dude, it's been absolutely awesome hanging with you again. The new album comes out on November 20, and that's Seismic. The links will be all down here. Without mercy, keep kicking ass, my man. Yeah, we'll have to do this again soon, and talk more Canadian things and Australian things.
Pretty please?
Yes, absolutely, but not at 3 a.m. for you.
I'm down. I'll be here.